Eat Nation.
Drew is such a wino.
Oh, I know, or a whiner.
He's just been like,
I don't feel good.
I don't feel good. I have a man cold.
I do. It is a very bad cold, and if you're a taster like myself, you enjoy flavors, and then you get a brutal cold. That's not fun. It's not fun for anybody. So I'm happy to express how unhappy it makes me to have a cold, particularly on Thursday nights, right? Like if there's a night I want to be able to taste, it's this one. And
does anyone know what I'm talking about with the episode or the video of the man cold? The man cold video?
I think it's ringing a bell, Brian.
I mean, it's like 12 years old, so it's not like it's like if someone were to tell you the ending of The Matrix now, like that's how relevant it still is. I'm gonna paste it in the chat anyway. Don't watch this now, guys. Obviously, stay with us.
But later,
bookmark it for later. But bookmark it for later.
No doubt, no doubt.
Hi, Nathans.
Yes, it's good to be with you all, even though I can't smell or taste. I don't have COVID. I can smell and taste a tiny tad little touch of a bit. I took.
You say you don't have COVID. That's not exactly true. You took a COVID test and it was negative. It doesn't.
That's true. I could take another one. I got an at-home test I could take.
I think you should do it right now. I think if we get to 100 super chats, you take a COVID test on air.
$100 in super chats. I mean, if they wanted to pay for it, if we got to $15 in super chats, I would take the COVID test live on it.
We got a bunch of free COVID tests. There's this website you could sign up and
for free ones.
Free ones. We got a closet full of free COVID tests now.
Can you send me that link? Because I kind of need them for this new.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's only like a Kentucky thing. Like, I don't know about your state.
You can ship them up here because we got to manage at Stone Creek. We got to manage this COVID or this vax mandate. Like everybody has to be vaxxed, or you have to test everybody so often. So yeah, we won't get into that. I mean, we could, but I don't really want to.
Right.
Anyway, y'all welcome. I did want to shout out here, Mike, who I met at the Elijah Craig single barrel drop. What? Barrel proof.
Jealous.
So yeah, Mike, thanks for coming up, saying hi. Appreciate that. Thanks for jumping on the live. I'm not going to taste this tonight. I'm probably going to do a video about the Elijah Craig barrel proof single barrels. Not next week. Next week is going to be a maker's rundown, assuming I get my pallet back before I have to record, which would be like Saturday. Anyway, we'll see. But good to meet you, Abby, in the chat. And William says just drink some Everclear. So I did do the saline purge. I did have some of that for the kids. So some folks were recommending that, like, how do we clear this stuff out? I've been sniffing alcohol, a lot of that. And then I took Sudafed. I just like shot tons of saline up my nose, but
he was like,
yeah, bye. He's gone. Anyway, so far it just hasn't really worked, which is fine. I mean, it happens. When I get a sinus infection, I get mondo sinus infections. I wonder if I should see like a ear, nose, and throat specialist because of how bad the sinus infections get.
Probably should.
Yeah, I'm thinking that probably wouldn't hurt. But we're still going to do a blind tonight because Brian did do one when he was recovering from an illness and I won. And so it's only fair that we do it again. And when we get to that point, I promise I will not mention my infirmity, my handicap at all when we get there. But you're up by 1. What is it? 3-2 now. Or 4-3. We were tied and now you're up and you may go up by 2 tonight.
Dude, I don't know. Or maybe not. This stuff.
Maybe I will just pull it straight out my butt and it'll be a major upset and that'll be pretty sick.
I have with daylight savings times, I've retired the high noons and I have now switched over to eggnog.
Nice.
So tonight's episode is sponsored by Evan Williams Eggnog. It is not only the original Southern eggnog, as indicated by the label, but it does have 15% alcohol by volume. So no need to go out and do your own little mixerooski. You just chill it and drink it. So,
bada bing, bada boom.
So I'm a big this in a glass. It is quite creamy. I usually am not a big eggnog fan. This is velvety in texture. It's custardy, vanilla-y. Not like a nice, good vanilla bean, creme brulee topping note to it.
I like that.
Not a ton of booze, honestly. I feel like I could get my Evan Williams put a little bit more in there, but pretty solid drinker. Got a little nip at the end, little kick, you know what I'm saying? Get a little giddy up in the horse cart.
I know exactly what you're saying. Alicia likes eggnog. The kids like eggnog, so we'll generally have it around the holidays.
Oh, they'll probably love this.
I'll just dump bourbon in. But I'm a big eggnog guy too. As a kid, I did not like it. There was, there's that funkiness that I had a hard time getting over. But once I got over it, it's really, really good. And then to grate a little fresh nutmeg over the top.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Fantastic. Yeah.
Let me get a little poll from the Nathans out there. What do you Nathans out there drink eggnog?
Are you pro or against?
Yeah, pro or con the nog, y'all.
That would be a great t-shirt. Pro or con the nog. I like that a lot. I'm also drinking some Emergency as we get to our bits here. What are you drinking tonight, Nation? Tell us what you're drinking. I'm drinking Emergency vitamin C. Just trying to oh my gosh, we're just spiraling. Like the more streams we do, like we will no longer have a nation. It'll only be Nathan. We'll build a statue to Nathan.
That's fine.
Yeah, I did have a little bit of Henry McKenna though. I just had a tiny little bit left in this bottle, so I bottle killed while I was getting set up to see let's see how my tasting is, and then I'm like, oh crap. And so crushing the Emergency, I got water. We'll undoubtedly get to that 8:45 p break. Be pretty sick. Looks like Fred picked himself up some bottles of FAEO2. Nice. William Wiley, he has the Evan Williams nog, and he's not a huge fan. Well,
whatever, William.
I mean, otherwise you're perfect. Outside of the nog issue.
It is very sweet. It's very sweet.
If you ever made your own, you'll love it. Plus, then you can try different booze in it. Well, Huckleberry, just throw up your recipe, dude. Let's get after it. Get amongst it.
Yeah, let me see it.
Tell us how to make this thing.
I think I've only bought it. I've definitely bought some that's not got booze in it and put my own in there, but I have not made my own. So let's see those recipes. I do like the nutmeg that you're talking about, though. Big fan of that. Putting some espresso in it when I'm at work.
Oh, nice.
Fan about that.
Johnny Drama's pro nog, but he likes it virgin.
Do you guys do veloces or undertows up there?
We do not. I don't.
You know what I'm talking about, though?
No, I don't.
It's a layered like short beverage with usually cream and then vanilla syrup and then a float of espresso. So it's a 3-layer shooter.
Nice.
But sometimes we'll make Cousin Eddie eggnog veloces. Is an old Quill Sig drink before I was even on board. And I've tried them before, at least to like slightly replicate it. Kind of fun, especially on eggnog in a very concentrated amount. Not very great.
Got it.
Dude, holler at this this comment by Eli with cracking into the 13.9 ECBP tonight.
Nice.
Oh, come on. That's a solid batch right there. A lot of vanilla in that one too.
Beck says he makes eggnog, ages it. That's pretty killer. Haven't. Should get after it, bro. Eric is driving up to deer camp right now, so it's not drinking and driving. That's a good idea. Eric, you're texting and driving. Is that better? Maybe you're using voice, except do you hit the emoji? Can you tell Siri to do sad face emoji?
Try it right now.
Yeah, Eric, let's see you do.
Pull out your phone. Try it. No, you try it right now too, Drew.
I'll text you, Brian. Sad face emoji.
Side face emoji.
Sad face emoji. No.
Looking eyes emoji. Looking eyes emoji. No, dude, this doesn't work at all. He's definitely texting and driving.
I remember when I was first with somebody who was voice texting, and they're like exclamation point. And I'm like, "What is your problem?" Like, and then I realized that it actually works.
This is the end of my sentence. Period. New sentence.
Yeah, right.
No, not shoot. Not back. Script.
Whoa, Windy City's wife got him
Holy
birthday
smokes.
bourbon on his birthday. Wow. Where'd she get it?
Happy
What'd she
belated
pay?
birthday.
Who did she kill? Yeah. Oh, yeah. By the way, happy birthday. That's pretty cool, bro. Are you the person who tags me in all your Instagram pictures? If you're Chicago, I need to go down to Chicago at some point.
That's Windy City bourbon, right?
Yeah, you'd think
Gotta
so.
be.
Maybe he's from
Gotta be
Chicago,
Chi-town.
though, and now he lives in, like,
True. Good point.
Augusta, Georgia,
Good point.
or something. All right, Brian, what are you drinking this morning?
Well, I started off before the show drinking a couple of samples I got from Tom's daughter. That sounds weird. But
It's only weird if you make it weird.
yeah. So I was doing a little bit of Remus 5 and Knob Creek 15. Just to kind of acclimate the palate, and then straight eggnog, man. Straight eggnog.
Sweet. If any of you don't like snot, it's just, if we're gonna do this thing, there's gonna be snot. I got tissues everywhere. MW, welcome. So tonight's blinds we're gonna do just one of them tonight. Wait, no, MW. No, it's not. It's MF. MF did the blind. So MW, I apologize unless you are also MF. But anyway, welcome to the chat, MW. Smoke Wagon, Uncut, Unfiltered versus Rare Breed. That sounds like a pretty killer lineup. Are you asking us our opinion, or are you saying that's what you're drinking? Because I think it would depend on the batch of Uncut, Unfiltered, and depend on the night.
Did you see that new non-chill filtered overseas Rare Breed?
I did see that.
Pretty cool.
Oh, Jug's MF. All right, Jug, thanks, pal. I appreciate that.
Jug.
Thank you for sponsoring tonight's blinds.
Is Jug in both? Jug is two people in here? How are you doing that, Jug?
No, I don't think he is, but
you just switch over accounts?
No. There's MW.
Oh, no.
And then there's Jug. So
MW
is different. The blind came from Instagram handle MF.
Sorry.
Who is also Jug.
I thought Jug was saying they're MW. I was like, wait, what?
No.
Got
All
it.
right, Jug, thanks
all
for
clear.
Contributing the blinds. As you know, I'm handicapped, but really thankful for your contribution. And I'm going to save these. So I'm not going to drink. We're going to do the numbered blind tonight. And I'm going to save half of it so I can come back to it when I have a more clear palate. But we are going to rank them because that was Jug's one request. We will do our guess, proof, age, distillery, whatever I want to do later when we get to that. And then we'll rank them, the ones we like from best to worst as well. All right. Pickups. I already mentioned the only pickup I had this week was the Elijah Craig single barrel, and big thanks to Eric because without Eric texting me about this drop, I wouldn't have gotten in on it. But it was also, they were doing basically a release party, so the cost was $80, but then they had a bunch of wings and stuff there for free. So we basically got a free lunch out of it, and
I love wings.
It was cold that day. Like the weather up here just sucks right now. So yeah. Oh, dude, Eric, your kid's sick, right? Did I get your kid sick? Because I showed up and my family was sick and his kid was there. I might have gotten your kid sick. I apologize. At least we know it's not COVID, but I feel awful now. Because I just saw on Instagram.
So there's
well, we'll see what the super chats get up to, and we might pop a COVID test.
Remember, guys, $15 in super chats will get Drew to take an on-air COVID test.
My whole family has been sick, and nobody.
Dude, what would you do if it came up positive on air while we're doing this? That'd be so tight.
I'd feel happy. Really bad because then I know Eric's kid has COVID that I gave him.
Ugh. Yeah, it's the worst, but also pretty tight. Eric, no, I did not. So I just got back Sunday from being in the hospital, and then I had the boys. So I was taking care of the boys until I had to go back up yesterday and pick them back up from the hospital to bring her home. So I have not gone by Total Wine. It's not really close to me. I mean, it's close, but it's not compared to my normal, directions and places that I go. Not near me. Neither of them are. So I have not gone by there to try that yet.
What else? So you didn't get any press. You got some samples from Tom's daughter.
And I did pick up this from the win.
Yeah, you did.
I think I mentioned that on. It might not have been on here.
We did talk. I think we talked about that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was able to pick that up because our surgery was in Cincinnati, which is, right near where Party Source was. So I was able to pick that up.
I'm trying to smell through my mouth because my nose is in here and I've got a little bit of this dancing goat pick, which we're going to talk about, and I just can't smell it. It's so deeply frustrating. I mean, I can smell other things. Like we had this, and I can taste. We had this vegan sagey gnocchi. It was vegan because my wife can't have dairy right now because the baby has a dairy intolerance. It passes through the breast milk. Weird. Kids can't have dairy, but they can have breast milk. Perry, I'd say it has been a long week.
Tired of waiting for you to get back here, Perry. I haven't seen you in weeks, man.
He may have been on last week.
Oh, anyway. I wasn't on the first half, so that's probably
it. True. Anyway, I have tactile though. Like the bourbon doesn't taste bad. That's another reason why I don't think I have COVID, because like having flu-like stuff that makes bourbon taste awful, and it doesn't taste awful. It just doesn't taste like much.
Show us the test.
We chucked the first test.
Show us the test.
We established the rules. It's if they pay for the test, I take the test. Otherwise, I'm not going to take another one.
Is this a stackable thing? Like if we pay $45, we take 3 tests.
I just have to run. I'll just start streaming from my car as I go to Walgreens to get tests.
Oh my gosh, funny.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. All right. Cool. So you want to do that? You want to drop this barrel or what?
Let's drop this barrel. I mean, there's not a lot of people in here, so not a lot of people are going to get to access this barrel, but I'm all about it.
They'll watch it later. And we'll talk. We'll bring it up again later as well. Do you have any with you?
Yeah, it's right behind me.
All right. Why don't you pour yourself a little bit? Hit us with the tasting notes again while I go ahead and get the link and stuff ready.
All right.
So just for those of you who don't know,
we
are dropping a barrel tonight. Patreon has had at it, and honestly, I have no idea how many bottles are left. I know that the Wisconsin crew, we all ordered together, and a lot of it's coming to Wisconsin. I'll just tell you that.
Is it coming to Wisconsin or is it coming to me?
It's coming to you, then it's coming to Wisconsin.
All right.
So you just you work the thing because can't ship everywhere. Sealbox can't ship everywhere, so you got to do what you got to do. But yeah, I mean, so both Matt Pletz and Eric, both these boys had it, loved it. I let my boy Ricky try it. He loved it. He's getting a couple bottles. I had a whiskey night with some friends over. One of those friends is getting 3 bottles. So,
sheesh.
Yeah. So the members of Nation in this area who have been able to taste it are all about it. That said, I believe it's still available. We have 50 or so Patreon supporters now. But I emailed Paula later this afternoon. I was like, "Can you tell me how many are left?" And she did not respond. So
got it. Hopefully she will.
Yeah, she'll probably tell me tomorrow.
Yeah, so we'll get into this. I mean, if you've been on the streams the last month or so, you've heard us talk about this a couple of times. If you were on last week, you got to see interview with Nick, right? From Dancing Goat.
Nick Brady Moss. Yep.
And then and I also dropped a video this week that kind of did a little tasty notes on this, and I compared it because when I first, I'll tell my side of the story for this. I was not able to make the Dancing Goat pick where, we have ended up with a couple of products. This was not one initially brought to us, or one that we thought we would be able to get. And then when it was open to us, Drew told me, "Hey, Like it's already bottled because it was supposed to go somewhere else. It's not happening anymore. So we're going to be sent a bottle of this to try. And if we want it, we can take it. I popped this thing. And my first thought was, man, this reminds me of Old Carter American whiskey, which is, American corn whiskey. I don't know what the recipe of the stuff is. Old Carter used, whatever, MGP something. And I did not know what I thought about it on first pass. So was I sick then? Because I remember I was like really busy and you were hitting me up. And I don't know. I was either going through something or sick or
I think you were just up against.
There was something going on. There's something going on. And when I finally came back around to it, I was like, man, this is pretty intense, pretty interesting. So this has a really nice sweet nose. It's butterscotchy. It's a tiny bit smoky. It's got some leather. It's got a really nice like spiced cherry note, like a Luxardo cherry note. And I think I remember that carrying through onto the palate, which is really nice. But it's nice, sweet, inviting, confectiony, sugar, toffee, cake batter, that kind of stuff. Like really nice, sweet nose, which I would attribute to something that's a corn whiskey. It's going to have sweet notes.
All right, y'all. As
you move into the palate. The palate is
hold that thought. As Brian talks, I just dropped the URL in the show notes below and in the chat, and then the password to the product page is the goat.
The goat. Right. Yeah, the palate's pretty thick right away. It's pretty punchy, and when it's punchy, it has fruit notes right away. It has like a smoky chocolate, kind of like a peaty, fruity, fruit leather, oaky, almond skin middle, kind of a tobacco-y finish. I mean, it's a really fun profile. It's different than a lot of things. So it's hard to really talk about it. It's pretty bold, pretty big. And I'm not usually one who likes big, especially if you've watched the show, you hear me comment about stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a huge spice fan. So this is really nice though. It's got like a big pepper note, not really like a rye. I think because it's absent of all the other spices that ryes would typically carry, but it's got this big pepper note. So this is a really nice whiskey if like you want to use it to try and learn to identify specific flavors. There are some that it has that other whiskeys don't have as prominent. So like there's that. But then also, aside from my tasting notes or Drew's tasting notes, I was really surprised. Both this and the other picks that we're going to be getting from Dancing Goat. So the one that we really landed on was an 8-year, 21% rye MGP
bottled this week.
But the price point of that product, when you first told me, you were like, oh yeah, it's gonna be like $60. I'm like, $60? That's cheaper than Nulu. That's cheaper than Nashville Barrel Company. That's cheaper than anybody.
Yeah.
But this right here is a 7-year barrel proof American 100% corn whiskey
from MGP,
finished in Spanish oak, and it is $60, and that is dumb. Dumb price.
It's a ridiculous value.
It's the third the price of Old Carter. It doesn't taste like Old Carter. I mean, like when you compare it, there are clear differences to the two. However, I tend to prefer drinking this one, even though I like the oak. And
when you're specifically talking about batch 2, I had Old Carter American whiskey.
Yeah. There's several batches.
Later batch that was like just pure lemons. Like it doesn't taste anything like what your review of your Old Carter sounded like.
Yeah.
So looks like Patreon community bought somewhere in the range of 68. Yeah, 68 bottles.
Yep. And to be fair too, we just gave them the link 2 days ago in the afternoon. So
yeah, I better get on there. Most of this,
I have not.
Most of the closest members of Nation are in this stream.
I've honestly not made my The Louisville crew has not made their order yet. So
yeah, I wouldn't drag
that's
your
going to
feet.
be another. That's going to be another 15 bottles or so, probably.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't drag your feet at all. I would get it done.
No, I've just been. It's been a crazy week.
Matt Schwanda picked up a couple bottles. Yeah, I'm stoked to get some in too. I've been pounding this pretty hard, giving out a lot of samples because Nick just sent us these. So I was like, well, I'm gonna spread the love with that.
Now it's a little different. I mean, so this is a release, meaning like the link is available to you all. Patreon crew still has access to it too. What we'll do is we'll plan for sometime in December or shortly after Thanksgiving or something like that on a live stream to all taste it if people want to jump in and taste with us.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I'll save some around here. And then it shouldn't be too long at all. It looks like I still haven't gotten that confirmation sample from Middle West yet. Like, I just don't know.
We picked the Middle West one before this
in July.
It's just been a process to get it.
Yeah, so it looks like the next barrel release is actually that 8-year MGP and Squad. Like, I don't want to tell people to buy whiskey they don't need, but again, the value on the 8-year MGP is ridiculous. I think there's actually the yield was not huge, which kind of makes sense. Is somewhere in like 140 something is what we're gonna get out of that. But if you ever thought about buying multiples just based on my recommendation alone, I mean, based on the value alone, there's not better whiskey you can get for the price, really. I mean, except for maybe certain Russell's picks, but you're not going to find 8-year barrel proof MGP that tastes better than this for the price. It's just not going to happen. As you said, the new loose stuff in the Nashville Barrel Company, we're talking about 5-year-old stuff in the 80 to 90 range, which is just absurd. It's just absurd. But that's the world we live in now. All right, so there you all have it. We'll come back and just shout that out again, drop the link again here in a little bit. Johnny Drama just asked about the yield. It's 140 something. Nick and I were texting. Let me see. Let me just see what's in the text. Textual messages. Subtext. 144 bottles. So that's it.
Also, dudes, like, definitely I don't remember I don't know, maybe you remember some of this. I don't remember some of the feedback about Starlight. What else have we done? Is Starlight the only things that we've actually physically released? Have we just been waiting for the Middle West that long?
That's correct. Yeah, these are kind of stacked up. So the only other
I don't remember what people's thoughts are on the Starlights were. So like as we come into a season where we have 4+ over the next couple of months, barrel picks coming out, I want to get feedback on what you all think about them. One of the things I find most intriguing about me and Drew is that we seem to like different things, and I think that's going to, that means that our picks won't always be in one lane, which I think will be between really
the 3
fun.
bottles. If you count the 3 bottles, I mean, there's just no 3 more different whiskeys than the apple brandy bourbon, the double oak rye, and then the Spaniard, as we call it. They're all very different.
Yep.
124.4 proof. That's correct, Perry. William wants more Starlights. As I asked on Patreon what people wanted to see us pick next, Starlight came up a couple of times, as did Chattanooga, as did New Riff. And I would
love to hear in the chat too what your thoughts are on New Riff. Man, I started off on the New Riff train and I've kind of drifted off of it, and I'm trying to figure out where I actually stand on it.
Yeah, so I've had 2 really good picks, and then I bought just a single barrel off the shelf that's not very good. It's fine, but it's just not special at all. Nicholas is 140 typical bottle yield for barrel proof bourbon. I have no frame of reference. It's all over the map, dude. Can be as much as 2 hundo. sometimes even a little more than that. So 140 is slightly short. If it's less than 100, it's really short. William Wiley says he's only had the Junkies new riff pick. He said it's a shelfer. No, and a shelfer. Sorry. Says it's okay. Tom emailed Middle West about their restaurant this week and snuck in a question about the pick. Yes, the barrel is almost ready. It was supposed to be bottled already. They said they dumped it. Maybe it's just in a tank right now, which Perry says we should do a new riff pick together, which would be
Perry,
cool.
dude.
I'm
Let's go.
That makes the resources scarce, but certainly could take care of the Patreon community for that one. I might be able to do a pickup here with a country club with Matt Pletz, my boy, Matt, his country club. They did a Driftless Glen pick like 2020, I think. So we might do a pick together next year somewhere. All right. You ready to get after this blind, dude? Because I don't think I'm going to make it very long. I got to medicate.
Whatever works for you, man.
Yeah, let's roll into it, and God help us all. All right, so henceforth, I shall not complain hither. We have 4 samples from Jack, Jug, from Jugs.
Jack.
And all right, let's do this. So, what
I need
criteria?
Right
We've got papers.
All animals and us are going absolutely insane right now.
Age?
I don't know if you can hear them flopping around the floor.
No, but cool. Perry, we will chat later. Instagram message us both. Let's get a chat and we will figure this thing out. I know that Brian will help broker new riff barrels. That's kind of, he does a lot with them. Anyway, not Brian, Blake. Blake would do that. So what we're trying to guess here is age-proof product, distillery, and bottle.
Hold on, say that one more time. I know we do the same thing every time.
But yep. If we don't have criteria provided, age-proof product, which product is bourbon, rye, American whiskey, or finished bourbon, rye, etc.
Product type, distillery.
Yeah. So age-proof product, distillery, and bottle. That's correct.
Bottle. And then when there's no particular criteria, we're just whoever's closest.
Well, on age and proof, it's whoever's closest.
All right. Thanks, Jack, for this.
Yep. Like I said,
I'm only saying that because now Johnny Drama said he's going to call him Jack too. Jack is my favorite Nathan.
We didn't even ask Porkins about his nickname. We just gave it to him, and that's kind of what you do with nicknames. So,
well, you just I thought it was just established because you were calling him that before I even knew anything about it.
Yeah, I don't remember how. Like, obviously, his avatar is Porkins from Star Wars, but we were talking about how that's like just kind of why do they call him Porkins? He's like the only chunky fighter pilot in Star Wars, and so then they call him a name that sounds like.
I don't think I have any water to drink or to rinse out between this, so this is going to be real good. I think you have a handicap. I don't think you actually have a handicap.
Well, we'll find out. I literally can't taste, but I said I wasn't going to complain. Look at me.
Will someone please donate $5 so we could take a test before we do this? I really want to know if he has COVID.
The test takes 15 minutes, so I would have to swab and let it sit there.
When did you last take a test? Was it earlier today or when was it?
Yesterday.
Oh,
I mean, I was in full symptom mode, so. All right, here we go.
Let's get that super. Are you seriously? I haven't even gotten I haven't even got this thing off yet.
Well, I'm gonna start tasting.
These are. Oh my gosh, what an advantage! Take it every advantage you can get.
It is interesting. It's like not having one of your senses. I'm not complaining, but I'm now describing what this is like. It's yeah, it's like trying to feel.
It's like when you have COVID, but you won't admit it. Oh shoot! There it is, buddy.
All right,
there it is. Get the swab.
Right back.
I won't pour this yet. I'm not gonna get that leg up. Oh, Terrence, like your comment. I'm doing fantastic. I'm doing wonderful tonight. I hear a baby, I think. It's not mine. I do actually have water, it looks like. I don't know how dirty it is. Oh, Jug, you're right. I think I'm going to be pretty embarrassed. I'm not feeling too positive about tonight.
I know. I told him.
Oh, yeah. Binax now. Let's go.
Yeah, no, it's top of the line.
That's the jam.
You have to be careful with these, though. You can't, like, get your stuff everywhere.
Yep.
All right.
Thanks, Fred. Cheers. Yeah, over under on Drew actually having COVID. Let's go.
We're taking live bets. Okay. Now I know the process. Like I'm a pro here. All right. So the deal, and I'll probably have to adjust my focus, but the deal is there's a line in that swab, and so at the end there'll be either one pink line, and that means I'm good. If there's two pink lines, that means I got big Rona. Time will tell. The swab, though, is so uncomfortable. Karen says it's 40% chance I have it. I already tested negative.
40% chance?
Yeah. So first, I got to take off this thing. Hey, guys, you remember that time on a live stream Drew did the COVID test? All right. And then you put it 6 drops. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I love these comments. Yeah, Drew, what if we found out you're pregnant?
That would be a problem. I do have cramps, though. I'll tell you that right now. All right. Swab. I'm going to start sneezing like a maniac. You got to do like 15 seconds in each nostril, and it's like an inch in there. Gosh. Okay, here we go.
Oh, gosh. No, you got to do it for a long time.
I know. Count for
I don't
me.
think you're going to make it. Oh, gosh. Intense.
It's really uncomfortable.
It looks like it.
Oh, God. Okay, that was probably close to 10. We got to call that good. Oh.
Yeah, I think it was
It's
probably
like, look
8,
at, I'm crying, man. Oh, my gosh. There's plenty of snot on it now, I'll tell you that. Now I got to put that snot back in my other nostril. Oh, man. I'm going to sneeze.
Yeah. That's the one thing you always do.
Oh, man. It's just so ticklish.
Nicholas Felton, 3 pink lines you like tickle. We already know he likes tickle.
All right, we're going to call that good. Oh, my gosh. It's so awful.
Thanks so much, guys, for these super chats. This is making the night.
All right, so we now have a very moist swab. Oh, my gosh. And it's going, you insert it in the little hole, or the big hole, and shove it up. All right.
Nope, I wouldn't say those instructions too loud.
So then you take the seal off, and you seal the sucker, and you let it sit. Somebody set a 15-minute timer, so it's 8:38. All right.
Did you say 10 or 15 minutes?
15 minutes.
So 5 until.
Oh, gosh. Guys, that's not fun.
Is there a line?
I aim to please.
Is there a line yet?
Nick, I did spin the swab after I put it in, but thank you. It seems like somebody else has done this.
Hey, will you check to see if there's a line yet?
It takes a minute to do its thing.
Yeah, unless you have COVID, it activates.
No, it still takes. Nothing is happening so far. The blue is just wearing away, so we just got to give it, just let it do its thing. So I don't even want to look at it because then we'd have a big reveal. I could cover it with something, but I don't think I'm supposed to do that. Okay. Well, that was fun. And I would say, in relationship to the Dickel question, I'd say I'm growing soft or cold on Dickel. I'm just so I took me
Would
forever.
You say you're growing flaccid of Dickel?
Yes. That would be an accurate and vivid word picture. But yeah, so the Dickel 15, I was pretty sure I blended that, and then but I really liked it at the start, but after a while it just got rough. And the Dickel 11 bottle and bond took me forever to finish that too. So while I was eager, I think, to defend it, and I don't hate it, I'm less eager to defend it now, and I'm not eager to drink more of it. So
Eric Sawyer is grabbing whiskey literally as we talk.
Oh, nice, dude. I got the C921 week and a half ago, like right before stream last week. So I have one line so far, guys. No 2 lines, just one. But we're 3 minutes in, so who's to say? All right, let me get back to this tasting. I have not had C921 yet. What's his face? Our good friend Kyle was supposed to send me a sample, but like myself, he may have all of my samples on his bar. Like I have all of your samples on my bar, and I haven't sent you. Oh, I can smell a little bit. Maybe this is temporary, but maybe I'm cured. Maybe the swab cured me. I mean, I was crying there, so maybe that's the ticket. I can just have you all insult me incessantly until I start crying, and maybe then I can taste again. There's so many whiskeys that taste like this.
Yep.
And that makes it hard.
Yep.
Were you enjoying that, Fred? Was that the point? I hope you guys did. I mean, if I have to do something like that, I hope it's entertaining at the least.
Nicholas, do they have more Coy Hills? If there are more Coy Hills, please pick up more Coy Hills.
Yeah.
I've been watching the videos.
Hook up Shaboy.
I didn't realize it was as old as it is. Now I'm like, gotta find it. Whew.
Yeah. This is where, like, the tactile is one thing. And so I'm trying to go off just the tiniest little bit of flavor I get in the tactile. And triangulating off those things is tough because there's many directions you could go. So I'm hoping to just win age and proof, basically.
What age are those? It's pretty young. I don't want to keep pouring myself some because I don't want it to affect me as I get towards the ladder samples. I keep pouring it out though. I'm trying to figure it out.
Yeah, I'm just going with guts here because I'm like I mentioned, I've been taking acetaminophen, so I can't really get crunk tonight. All right, I'm good. Let me know when you're good on one. Still only one line.
Okay. Cool. I'm ready.
All right. Well, let me fiddle this out. But talk me through your rationale while I fiddle this.
Yeah, it's so this is a rye that I usually say is like kind of a two-dimensional rye.
Oh, you think it's a
It
rye?
has for sure. It's like to me it's got heavy spearmint, but it's like it's like spearmint and that's it. And so, it doesn't really have a lot of other layers. I'll go into my distillery with this too. I feel like I've noticed this with some of new riff ryes that I've had. I feel like I've had some Wilderness Trail that have been like nice and some that have kind of leaned this way. What else have I had that's leaned this way? I think Knob Creek single barrel ryes have leaned this way.
Maybe.
They're just kind of dry and kind of spearminty. They're just pretty standard. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. I can't taste.
It does not taste like a rye to you?
No. I got good sweetness and viscosity. Like the tactile was nice. Didn't taste overly young. But the sweetness and viscosity lent me to think bourbon. And then I got a little bit of oakiness, but I didn't get anything else. So it's when you say it's a rye, I'm like, oh, I thought it was a bourbon. I thought it was a rye bourbon. And I thought maybe Buffalo Trace because I didn't get much, but it's clear to me that I just can't taste right now. But
I mean, you could be right. I just feel like it's got this kind of licorice and spearmint note that.
You're probably right, dude. I mean, like if it was me or you, I'm gonna take Brian for the win every time. It is a Knob Creek Rye store pick. So those are what first age? I had 6 years. I had 100 proof. I had bourbon, Buffalo Trace, E.H. Taylor small batch.
I had
this
I had 5 years. I had 115 proof. I had rye, and I had new riff. I did not put a bottle.
Okay, so you did. So you got real quick though. We need to know the age. Jack, do we have age on this guy? Because I might muscle out a point here. So Brian gets 1 for proof and 1 for product. So we're just waiting for Jack to see if we have the age. Because a lot of these are in that 5 or 6 year range. Says I think it's 6. Well, I'll write.
I thought they might have been age dated 6, but I could be under.
I don't think they're age stated, but they have the dump date and they have the barrel date. So
dang, this is tricky because if it's 6, it's 6. If it's under, it's 5.
That's right.
We need to know what this is because that's one you put the other.
So right now I'll put that down for me, but I think it's 6 or just under. Well, Jack.
Okay, all right. And I'll put it down for me. So
I'll put a question mark by it. Jack, if you're able to take a look at it and let us know, that'd be sick. That tasted good from everything I could perceive. So I'm excited to get back to that and taste it again 3 days from now or something.
Yep.
I will say, even though you can't taste whiskey when you have a cold, there's little better than drinking whiskey because it's kind of therapeutic, It's medicinal, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Whiskey number 2.
Oh, man. I should have unwrapped all these beforehand.
Yeah, there's a lot of saran wrap. But come on. Oh, yeah. Here we go.
No, the saran wrap is fine. It's just I don't have nails, so.
Still just 1 line, peeps. Porkins is saying most of the ones he's seen are 5 and change.
Oh, I might have gotten enough off this lid that I can.
Dang it! Just over 5. So it's 3-0.
Yes.
Poop. Although, anyway, it doesn't even matter at this point. I'll just do another COVID test. I'll just let Brian taste these and I'll take a COVID test. Okay. This one I feel like I pull more out of the nose. It feels a little bit more easy, a little easier to translate. Still going on the pregnancy test thing.
You mean there's 3 lines? I actually don't remember what we were talking about. So, okay, number 2.
Yep.
Whew. Yummy, yummy.
This is going to be a tough one for a couple of these.
Hey, Perry, do you know anyone who still does that? So I hear that they can. Do you know who still do and what they use? What are medicinal?
Get out.
What are medicinally prescribed alcohols? If that makes sense. Have there been newer ones since Prohibition sign up that they could be, right? Because that's what they say all the time in the Old Forester tour is like, they were one of 5 companies that were, able to get through in that regards. I wonder how many more have become, since then. Might be a dumb question. I feel like I should know the answer to it, but I literally never hear anyone talk about that. This smells good, man.
13 minutes, 1 line.
Whatever. I still think you have it.
Well, it's 2 negative tests now.
Your work's going to be so proud of you.
Because I'm so tested up.
Tested or tatted, man?
Both. I only have 1 tat, but I want to get more. But it hurts. I will say that. I realized that just lends itself more to not exactly portraying me as someone with a great deal of physical machismo.
Interesting. They're just allowed to sell. Maybe that's the reason why Walgreens. No, I don't know. Interesting. I'm trying to remember what kind of things had this flavor profile. I can't name a lot.
Yeah, it's tough for me to say that. I don't. Yeah, something maybe. This one, I don't know if it has an age statement. If it is what I think it is. Okay, I'm ready when you are.
Man, I just can't. I'm trying to pinpoint when I've had this kind of flavor profile in a product. Okay. Well, that wouldn't really be the answer.
Take your time.
Okay, I know what
you can talk through it. My stuff is written down, so maybe it'd be interesting if you talk.
Yeah, I'm just trying to. This is like it's got that kind of candied citrus, ginger clove, kind of sweet spice thing.
Yeah.
It kind of makes me think craft, maybe. But I don't know. I'm trying to remember if it had the Sagamore kind of taste or not. I'm just gonna say Sagamore for the sake of saying it. I don't remember what all has this kind of flavor profile. It might be like kind of young MGP rye or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, it's a 95.5 kind of profile. I agree with you. I'm not pulling a lot, but what I'm getting is an intense citrus rye. Youngish, hottish, I actually went away from MGP, but I do think Sagamore is a good guess, which is MGP. So that's not really, it could also be a Whistle Pig store pick.
I thought about Whistle Pig as well.
Yeah. So there's just so many directions you could go because this is almost certainly sourced. But I actually went without sourced. I said it's going to be 5 years old, 132 proof, a rye from north of the border, Alberta premium cast strength rye.
Dang, you're specific.
Try
I just said a 4 year. Said 4 year, 120 proof rye, Sagamore. I didn't even put a product.
Sagamore. All right, that's a good guess.
Sagamore.
I mean, I like that guess. I definitely think that's a good guess. But let me find 2. Where's 2? So many. All right, here we go. They're all taped shut, which is nice. There's really no way to fake this. Okay. No, it's the rye brand, RY3. That rye?
I have no idea who that is. I've seen them.
I'm sure it's MGP. It's a rye cask strength store pick 121.8. So I don't have any idea what the age is on that either. Let me kind of see if they have a standard.
Yeah, is there if this is a store pick, does it give any of that information? Dump date, aging, that stuff? I'm sure not.
It looks like Rye 3 does blend. So this is a single barrel, but it looks like for some of their products, they blend American and Canadian rye. Well, we got to dig into this. All I'm seeing is rum cask stuff. I assume this is not a rum cask.
I've seen people talk about doing rye picks, RY3. Based on that taste, I wouldn't be opposed to picking something like that. If that's what you get in the bottle, pretty solid.
Yeah, we'd want to I don't
know what the prices are, but
round out some edges a little bit. So the standard rye is a blend of 3 whiskeys, American and Canadian rye, 3 mash bills, and 3 age statements add up to RY3. Which is generally released at 100 proof. So it doesn't look like we're going to get an age statement on this, which is fine. So it is light, though. Like, the profile is pretty young.
Are there indicators on the bottle that let us try and figure what is it that it has to say in the bottle to be at least 4 years old?
It has to say straight rye whiskey and then not list the age.
Is this a straight rye? Does it say straight rye whiskey?
Probably not, because it's a blend. Yeah,
that's right.
The standard release says rye whiskey, a blend. So
that's how you get around that.
Yeah,
interesting.
Yeah,
so, with that Alberta stuff, I'm assuming that Alberta is super old. That's in there.
So we both get points for the rye. You get a point for proof, which commanding lead, and then for product, and then neither one of us get distiller or bottle. So now it's very quickly become a 5-1 Brian to Drew lead. All right. Well, I mean, ship's already going down. It's on fire, so we're riding this thing. We're going for it.
Just to remind everybody, the show is sponsored by Evan Williams Eggnog, the holiday in a glass. Bring it to your in-laws, take it to daycare, make sure everyone gets a chance to try. Evan Williams Eggnog.
If you're here for the barrels because you want to buy a really great, super unique, one-of-a-kind 7-year-old corn whiskey finished in Spanish oak that tastes amazing, to me, this smells like barbecue sauce. That's the note I get from it. And certainly it has a really nice bourbon cherry note, which we've talked about. Good oak, touch of smoke. It's down in the show notes below. The password to get into the product, make your purchase, is the GOAT. So
the GOAT.
The GOAT. We will probably leave it as private for
Speaking of the GOAT, did anyone notice that LeBron James changed his jersey number to 6 in honor of Michael Jordan? Why make that switch now?
Well, we'll talk about that in a minute. Real quick, though, we'll probably leave this product as private for Nation people. meaning people who have the link and the password, for like 4 more days. Tuesday, I'm probably going to give Blake the green light to open it up to Sealbox. Once that move is done, it is gone. You will not have it. So if you're thinking about getting it,
pretty fast. The point.
I mean, it's $60, guys. This is a pretty good value. All right. Commercials aside, whiskey number 3. Jack, I do appreciate you wrapping the living snot out of these because that kind of keeps them from leaking. That said, I did think that there was a reasonable chance when I opened it that one of them would be broken, but they're not. They're in great shape. So again, big thanks to Jack, aka Jug, aka MF, aka MW, for the blind.
My favorite Nathan tonight.
I have mixed feelings toward the people who made me take the COVID test. I did not, like I expected. Okay, you don't have to stick it back as far now. It's just a nasal swab. It's not going to be that uncomfortable. But your nose is a one-way street. Like as far as
Terry keeps retracting messages, and it keeps making me wonder what I'm missing.
I just see like one line. I don't even see like this message was retracted. I just see a line. But you're a wrench. So is that what it's saying on your side?
Oh yeah, I just keep saying the message retracted, but I don't know anything else about what that means.
Huh? He's probably cussing. Although he doesn't strike me as like much of a mouth guy.
Peace out, Perry.
Says I can't type.
Jerk. Love you.
Bye, Perry. All right. Seems to be a theme going on with this blind. I just have to say that as we hit number 3 here. Age-proof product distillery bottle. While we do this thing, if you guys want more content after we're done, I released version 2 of Every Bourbon You Need for Thanksgiving, the 2021 edition. That was my video this week. So you can go check that out after we're done, which will probably be done 9:30 or so. And then Brian gave a deep dive into that corn whiskey that we just released. So make sure you check that out over on his channel as well at Abandoned Bourbon. And if you guys want to chat with us, best place to do that is Instagram. All right, number 3.
Sadly, this one tastes like eggnog. Not my smartest.
I'm out of guesses, really. Looks like Fred's out too. See you, Fred. Cheers, dude.
Peace out, Fred.
Based on tactile, the front is nice and viscous. The back end is a little more jabbing, not in a great way. Kind of a dry finish.
I don't know, man. This is the kind of rye that I love running into because it's kind of creamy. It's got some burnt sugars, some like orange notes, some good spice. It's got a little bit of everything. I like.
All I can get is tactile. That's just what I'm hitting you with now. The olfactory senses are truly a miracle. But you just know they're very sensitive boogers. Literally. Throw them off a little bit. Highly temperamental.
I honestly...
I have like mainstream guesses that I think this is, but I don't want to guess that actually because it's probably wrong. Like given the other stuff you sent us, it's like it kind of tastes like this. All right, time's up. I need to actually do an official evaluation of this. And there's only one line, and I mean the focus is going to be wonky. Yeah, sorry, you can't even see that, but there you see it. There's only one line.
Okay, I've got my stuff written down.
I'm very negative. It's
you
a girl.
are very negative tonight.
I'll bounce back. All right. I went. Well, hold on.
William, this would make a really good milkshake. It's halfway there already. It's so sweet.
All right, I'm gonna change my answer.
I'm not. This is the only one that I actually have a product for, so I'm going right for it.
All right, well, hit us with what you got. I'm guessing based on what the other things we've tasted in this blind, but go ahead.
I am saying that this product is Heaven Hills Pikesville Rye.
That was what I was going to guess. I wrote that down and I changed it because
all of the stats that go along with Pikesville Rye.
110 proof, 6 years. That's what I wrote down.
Yep.
I think that's a great guess, but I don't think he would send us something that mainstream. That's why I changed it. And so I thought, well, what would be decent age, interesting flavor from like a craft distillery? So I said the New Riff Balboa Rye, which I've never had.
No, New Riff was New Riff was what I thought about. I was going to do New Riff before I did Pikesville.
Okay. Well, I mean, we're definitely on the same page.
Similar wavelength here, yeah.
Yeah. But
Windy City Bourbon. How can I get one of your barrel picks? Windy City. Right now, you can only access one. The link is in the show notes. It's called the Spaniard. It's by Dancing Goat Distillery. It is this bottle right here. It is fantastic, and it's incredibly affordable. Right now, you can get it. In a couple of days, you probably won't be able to anymore. So if you want to grab one, this is the one to grab, and it is right now.
And, of course, you can support on Patreon at any time where you'll get first access to picks in the future.
Correct.
And we have an 8-year-old bourbon coming out. MGP, cast strength, 8 years old, 21% rye, from Dancing Goat as well, which will be available within the next month. It's already bottled, just has to ship out. You'll never guess where this is from, MGP. But this is Old Pepper rye, a store pick, which means it's probably in the 4-year range. And I've seen Old Pepper many times, passed on it many times. But this has some girth. You know, it has some rounded edges that the other couple we had tonight have not had.
Yeah, I thought I had Old Pepper bourbons. I thought I had Old Pepper bourbons before that have been pretty good stats for what they are.
We both nailed the proof. It's 110 proof.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Any age?
I don't. It should say on there. I mean, on the bottle, but I don't have it on my tag here. So let us know, Jack, if you got an age statement for us on the pepper. Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. So age, what did you say on age? You said 6. I also said 6 because I didn't know how old the Balboa was. So we had the same answer for age and proof. We both picked rye, and then we're wrong on the distilleries. So regardless, you're still up 5-1.
Yeah.
So straight rye is all I got for you. Well, it's at least 4 then if it doesn't have an age statement.
Yep. Okay. You got to nail this one, dude.
I bet it's a rye.
Ow, gosh. Cat just
Windy, yeah, I heard that it won't ship. Get one sent to, a friend of yours. The shipping is reasonable. Ask a buddy who lives in Ohio if you can have it shipped to his house and then have him ship it over to you or carry it, hand deliver it, as they say. That's one.
Yeah. So Jeff, it is not heavy on the smoky peated stuff. Believe me, there have been plenty of times I've talked on this podcast. That is not my vibe. I don't find it overly smoky. I just feel like there are elements about it that remind me of both, like that remind me of Scotch in any presentation of it, whether that be more of a wine-ish finished Scotch or a slightly bold smoked spice kind of thing. It's not heavy on that at all. I've definitely had some things that have been heavy on that in the bourbon category. It's not like that.
Yeah, I would differentiate. Like the peat smoke it's almost salty. It's very earthy in like this funky mushroomy way. This is smoky in like a barbecue sauce, like a thick, rich, maple forward barbecue sauce. And it's not
like a Spanish
really
barbecue
smoky.
sauce.
It's a touch of smoke. Yeah, it's like red wine and barbecue sauce.
Ooh. This
All
is
right.
fragrant.
Sample number 4. Here we go. Close this thing out. Put a fork in me. Looks like we might have some members of Nation banding together to help get bottles to the people. All right. Sample number 4. I still got half of these samples to come back and revisit these so far. Rise from Jack. Yeah, I got some nose there and I liked it. Whatever.
Yeah, it's a nice nose.
A little bit I got. It's like the first one to me though. It's not as evident that it's a rye. Like the last or 2 and 3 were clearly like those are ryes. 1 and 4 with a muted palate with the nostrils and a sling. It's just less evident.
Huh.
What do you? I mean, it's over now, so it's more interesting maybe to just talk through this. Like, what is your perception on the nose here? How much are you pulling out?
The nose is, I feel like it's definitely richer than a lot of them. It's got some of the citrus. It's got like the toasted sugars, toasted rye, grain notes to me. It's like a little bit of toffee, baked pie. Like it's like a baked apple pie crust. These are all nosing notes, but on the palate is like fresh vanilla bean.
It's gotta be. I mean, it's really good. So it's not super high proof. I'm thinking it's got to be Michter's.
I mean, it's got that that note that clove note that I talk about.
Yeah.
So I'm like, it could be a toasted product.
Yeah.
It could be.
Yeah, I don't think it's
literally
that heavy,
a bunch of NGP stuff.
Taste
Sagamore, like it, to be honest, the one product that I notice this flavor on standard more than others is Sagamore, which is weird because the MGP Rise I've tried. It's not a note that I taste in Nashville Barrel Company. It's not a note that I tasted in the Nulu Rise straight. It's what I tasted in the toasted Nulu Rise. But it's also a note that I tasted in Sag Picks. So, so this would be, and honestly, this is the one that I would describe probably closest. Well, no. 2 is very specific, very bright, very citrusy in a different direction. This is like a little bit of a combination between 2 and 3. It's definitely a little bit more mustier. It's kind of sharp. I like this.
I like it too, from what I can taste. To me, it's nice and viscous. It's sweet. It's creamy. Like I get some creaminess, which reminds me of Michter's Barrel Strength Rye. Which is not high proof. The batch I have is 112. So I'm gonna go with that 112.
I just think the Michter's generally, at least some of the ones I've had, have been a slight bit more medicinal than this.
Really? I wouldn't know. So maybe you're right. Oh, I just hit 7,501 subscribers. So I was waiting, like, yay, 7,500 subscribers on YouTube. That's
nice.
Yeah.
I've got like 2.
No, you don't. You got like 1,600.
Getting there, one step at a time.
Yes.
My goal was to get to 2,000 before the end of the year. It's drawing in. I don't know if I'll make it.
If you're not following Brian right now, you should be at Abandoned Bourbon. Let's get over there. Let's see how many you have right now. Wait for it. Wait for it.
Whoa, kitty cat. Stop scratching my chair.
Cats are
Jeez,
trying to
weasel.
kill themselves.
Acting flipping insane here.
Acting like they're drunk. 1,800. So 1,830.
Yeah. So I need 170 to get there. It's a lot still before the end of the year.
Could happen.
I just need one more video that just takes me like
Pop.
Besides that Russell's 13 video, it's pretty much just like trickle views.
Yeah, I mean, you do. To be fair, you review very niche whiskeys people can't get.
I just don't really want to do the whole. I don't really want to do the whole video thing. Like one of my buddies, he also has a video channel, Bourbon Kingdom, I think. And he's like, "Oh yeah, we got to do our advent calendar video." He's like, "This is the pop-in season for stuff." And I'm just, I don't know. I'm fine giving my opinion and making lists and stuff, but I'm much more about helping other people understand things that they like and forming their own opinions. They don't need to see a video from me giving another countdown.
Yeah, dude, I agree. Like what I,
but yeah,
I
it's
do,
very
I mean,
niche.
I do a different...
If there's anything I've done well in life, it's become very niche about everything to the point of which I work way too hard for very few people.
Hey, you got to do your thing. You got to do what you love. Like I've tried to do things that I just enjoy. Like I view my channel as bourbon entertainment, and I try to be educational when I can, and at least make it smart or witty entertainment, and not just drunken entertainment. But yours are deep reviews. So anytime
I like watching the progression too. The videos are looking fly now. Everything's like looking time, nice and crisp and good.
We had to get there. It took some work, but a little help from my friends. All right, you want to find out what this is? Mine was my guess was 112 proof Michter's barrel strength rye.
I did 6-year SAG rye 115. I don't even know what SAG ryes go to, but I'm just saying a SAG.
The Michter's barrel strength is NAS, but it's got to be 6 to 8. Oh shoot! I just dropped it. Crap! Hold on. Wait.
Okay. I can't open these things.
All right. Matt Schwanda picked him up some obtainium. Dude, get after it.
Sagamore pick.
Oh, yeah, look at that. Sagamore rye, store pick, unfiltered.
Oh, 110 though.
110. Yeah. So I was pretty close on the proof.
What were you on proof?
112.
Yeah, you won on proof. What's the age on this? Do we know an age?
We do not. I don't think they ever really age state their stuff either.
I think they do. I've got a couple of SAG barrel selects that say 6 years on the tag.
Oh, get out. Yeah, we should ask that. Yeah, I would have said 6 to 8, so I probably would have taken the under just to be safe. 6. How is that tasting?
Spicier than the one that we have.
I want to, you know what I want to do for our next pick? I want to take a trip. Do you want to take a trip? Do you want to go somewhere exotic? Okay. Where's Sagamore based out of? Maryland? Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah. We should find some cool place to go. And then
we can go to Ceremony and get coffee.
This
is a lot sweeter. I got 2 of these bottles. This one's sweeter.
We should go somewhere south because it's wintertime and Wisconsin blows.
Somewhere in Texas? Where's Bocones?
Yeah, they're in Texas. I think they're Waco area, maybe.
What's Oh, this is New York.
Is that Taconic?
Taconic?
Taconic. Yes. But there's also, I don't know if Still Austin is doing picks yet, but their stuff is so young, but I'd like to get down there. There's also Treaty Hill. There's Garrison Brothers, which the 2 or 3 products I've had from Garrison Brothers have been awful, but other people talk them up. So I don't know if I've just had like bad picks, but I mean, my goodness, they've been awful. Like there are only a couple, 3, 4 craft whiskeys out of 100 that I'm like, this is just undrinkable.
Do you have your rank?
In terms of, oh yeah, that's a great point. Sorry. Appreciate it, Jack. I think I do actually. Just going off of, hold on. That one was good. I'm gonna say that. Tell you what, right there, man. No doubt. Yeah.
Jug, I'm going to tell you right now, my pick straight down the line in reverse order: 4, 3, 2, 1.
I was 4, 3, 1, 2, I think. So I really liked 4 for sure. 3, the old pepper, was a surprise. Like I said, it was a little rounder than I was expecting. The what was that? Shoot. Oh, the rye was pretty brash, whereas that knob pick was solid, But granted, again, handicapped. All right. So yeah, that Sagamore pick is pretty killer.
Yeah, it's tasty.
From all perceptible flavor notes. All right, y'all. You take a couple days if you need to get that pick. No guarantee it's going to be there. Rumor has it a couple of them have left the chat since we've gone and went live. I'm going to jump in there real quick and see how many we're down to. Any passing questions before we go ahead and sign off and I go take a hot shower and fall asleep, try and get better for next week?
I heard that if you take a cold shower once a day, that's actually really good for your body.
I have heard that too, but it's always been crunchy people who say such things.
Yeah, and it's also cold as F. Like, why would I do that?
Not fun. Yeah, there are a lot of things that are good for you that hurt or don't feel good that I don't
like
really
not
want.
drinking alcohol and not staying up past 10:30.
Like we do everything.
And not missing the Patriots game.
I didn't get my picks in. Crap. That's not great. Don't tell me what the score is. Don't tell me what the score is. I need to not know because I got to get my picks done right after.
You can still do that?
I mean, if I don't look.
Louisville is crushing Duke right now in the football game. I'll tell you that much.
So yeah, we sold 3 more since we went live. So down to 79. After this video just gets a little airtime, and then our next week video.
I'm going to plug this. Oh, wait, no, I'm not. Live. I will not plug this link in my video yet because this is our crew specifically.
What's that? You can plug whatever you want.
Well, you were saying that we're going to leave it up for Nation. Should I? I was going to say I was going to put it in the show notes of my review video from the other day.
But your followers are part of Nation, so I Nation, because we have the same Patreon betwixt the two of us. It's all Nation.
Right. Let me. I'm going to do that then. Oh wow, that opened up a thing I didn't know I was going to do. Let me. Your channel. Oops, I done.
Kyle liked this analogy. Your followers have been grafted in to Nation.
What did you just drink?
Sagamore.
That's right.
Sip the last little bit of that. Go maybe make a non-alcoholic toddy so I don't overdo it on the liver. Choo. But squad, thanks for tuning in. Hope you guys have a good rest of the week. Literally stay healthy this week. It's good. Being sick ain't great. I'm going to totally take an Instagram picture of the aftermath of my bar because it's tissues, it's sample bottles, and it's a COVID test. So appreciate the super chats that warranted this. Was not what I was expecting to do tonight, but okay, sarah. Okay, y'all. Have a good night. Keep it neat.
You guys.